Hello, y'all. How y'all doing? I'm Zacharias in Houston, Texas. H Town. Let me throw the deuces of H Town. 79, baby. Just turned 38 last week. Enjoying this weather in Houston, Texas. Tejas, okay. Should be Santa Ana, Tejas. Okay, just call it like it is. I'm safe here. We're flooded, and thank God I didn't go nowhere because I ain't got no car, folks. Yeah, I'm in the hood. Folks screaming, how nobody fighting, get ratchet in the hood? You know what I'm saying? Getting ratchet in the store. Come on now. So don't be like those in New Orleans when they had Katrina. No offense, not all though, but even the ones who was stealing cars and shit. I'm gonna cuss you off. Forget me. Point is, I'm over here drinking apple cider vinegar water with black sea oil. Yes, I am. I'm doing good over here. Hold on. Let me drink some. Mmm. 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 The black sea oil, apple cider vinegar. Okay. So I'm doing good, y'all. I'm doing great. When I saw her, people screaming, and actually it wasn't screaming about how the flood came in, I'm in an apartment, so it came in my house, and then I have a step thing, I'm downstairs, but when I came out, so I was saying, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. And then I started to imitate after water, see me on Beauty Shop when the lights came out. She said, "Amazing Grace." I'm in good spirit, y'all. I say my novena and you know what I'm saying. I said Rose, yeah, but I say my novena, my Psalm 91. I'm good, baby. God bless me up in here. Yes, I did. So a lot of folks, I thought the folks were acting ratchet up in here, acting screaming, acting fool down here, but they screaming about the cars getting messed up. They told y'all after 9 p.m. Central Time to be careful out there. That's why I go donate plasma day. When I try to call the place, it was closed. I was going to get some food. But I got here some water. I got some water left. I was going to Costco, but I went to the store. I went to 99 cents. I donate past on 13, and they had some water left. Yeah, because when I went to Randall's on Wednesday, yeah, all about Hurricane Harvey, and I know I should get because I ran out of water. Donate plasma. Randall's, yeah. My family, Kendra, all my family down there. Oh yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for having us in our prayers. But I already prayed up. Man, I ain't perfect, but I prayed up. I prayed up already. I'm in good spirit. When I heard all the commotion and I saw folks, my homegirl went across the street. She like then she driving her big Suburban truck. I'm like, baby, why are you driving in the water? And then the sister out across the street, she said, so the sister across the street, she saw me with her mama, me singing, and then I started dancing, not in the water, in my porch. Then I said, rolling in the river. I said, I do a 10-turn dance. I left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day. I've got the rest of the song. Big wheel, keep on turning. Proud Mary, keep on burning. And we're rolling, yeah. Rolling, yeah. Rolling on the river. That the dance, if I would laugh. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'm cool. I don't know, baby. We go through things in life. You like, remember I said about the video that a hurricane, everybody was scared. I was going to drama with my family, drama here in Houston after I left El Paso 2007. It was a curse, a voodoo curse that came here, okay? Meaning not literally a voodoo curse, but it was bad luck, I'm trying to say. Yes, I worked here and there, but I didn't have a steady job. I was working temporary, and I was trying to get the heck out of my grandparents' house. And before my grandfather had died, and after he died in 2008, that's on my dad's side. After he died, and then drama on my mama's side, dealing with drama with them and stuff like that. Then I was trying to find a job. I worked here and there temporarily. And the recession hit. It's very political. The recession hit when Bush was still in office. It was hard to find office clerks out, and I'm not one of them brothers. Around about Latino immigrant, I got a Latino family ancestry. Family found out happily out of the family last year, but back in the days, I didn't argue about a little wage job because I know they're gonna pay the bills. I want something high paying, and I was trying, coming from middle class, trying to live, Bruges and the loft in Midtown Houston. Okay, them lofts. Not the ghetto, some the loft. That was my plan. And so then when it didn't happen, all my goals happened. I said, okay, if it's time for me to die, and I was going to church, everything, going to mass, everything, and my conscience was clear and stuff. So I said, I don't care. Wherever I see I got left, God, if it's time to go, time to go. So when my grandma left, went to my aunt and my aunt's husband house, and my cousin was already gone because he was doing we call it multi-level mark. Outside he was doing commission work and he was in corporate. So, or he went to Phoenix. Well, something like that. He went out to Houston, and so he was safe. And then it was only me and my dad in the house, and I was in my room. He was in his room, and while I watched Wade Takes Hell. It was on HBO. And I think after Bernadette had burned the clothes, I think it was when she was talking to her child in the rain. Actually, I think it was that scene during that time, I'm not mistaken. And that's when the lights went out. Sure did. Went out. So I said, okay, if it's time for me to go, if it's time for me to go, because I had a bad life. Then, there was some good things, bad things over it. And I'm ready to leave, okay? At least I ain't when I'm going depressed, I ain't taking my own life. So I said, okay, I'll just go ahead and let the Lord take me. So, nope, I'm still here. And the only thing that got damaged was after the storm, that Saturday of Ike, there's a china set that my grandma has when I was staying with her. And around about after 5 or 6 o'clock p.m., during daylight time here in Houston, that's what happened. Yeah, the ceiling came out, but none of her stuff in the chest of the china, whatever you want to call it, did not break. Even the glass did not break. We just heard a big commotion. We thought, something came in, but that's what happened. So that's the only thing that happened. So there was a shock. So other than that, no, I'm safe. Like, yeah, I'm safe. I'm not bad, bro. I mean, I went through a lot in life, and I kind of feel that, and remember, my birthday was on Alicia. My 4th birthday was on Hurricane Alicia. Hurricane Alicia happened on my 4th birthday when I was 4 years old, back in '83. So, and when I don't forget when that's my grandfather was living then, and my dad and my uncle was staying somewhere. My cousin was born then. That's my aunt's child, and we had and I think after the storm, either the day after the storm, or I remember we had a chocolate frosting cake with the white filling inside. Yeah, no, the yellow filling. The lemon cake with chocolate frosting. So that happened. We didn't have no big birthday cake for me. Okay, so I turned 4 in '83. So I'm 38. So that's what I'm saying. So this is an anniversary of you know what I'm saying? You're 38, but back in 1983, Hurricane Alicia happened on my birthday. Yep, it did. So when I was 4 years old. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. If I survived Hurricane Alicia, and I wasn't here during Katrina and Rita. I was in El Paso at Chucotown, Texas. I was in David Colasso Jockey Center then. Okay. So I remember I went to Job Corps the week after the Super Bowl with Justin Timberlake and Jan Jackson. Okay, the week after, that Sunday when it was on Grammy night, that's when they flew me to El Paso. Yes, they paid for my airfare. I went through Dallas. I went to Harvey Airport to Dallas, Dallas Fort Worth, changed planes, and I went to El Paso, Texas. I wish they had a straight flight to go straight to El Paso, but it wasn't. So even when I came back to Houston in 2007 in January, leaving I was Southwest, because I told American Airlines was stupid. No, for real, American Airlines is always a problem. Because when I got there in Dallas, they said it was a snowstorm. Then when I was going on vacation in 2004, we have 2-week vacation in July when I was in Job Corps. So 2-week vacation, because when you go to school all year round, and then you have a summer, and you have holidays, federal holidays, you're off. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and you have Thanksgiving, you're off, and you have 2 weeks vacation in December. Is it 2 weeks? Yeah, to January. Yeah, to January. Yeah, I think 3 weeks or 2 weeks, something like that, during January. And trust me, I love it them days, because they're a little quiet, and there was few students, you know what I'm saying, and then the staff would take us to Luby's and go to Corral, because, yeah, for real. When we have Christmas or Thanksgiving, the staff who works in the kitchen couldn't work them days. So we would go. They'll take us to IHOP, Golden Corral, to the movies. I've been watching Rocky Balboa. Yeah, Rocky Balboa back in 2005 or 2006. 2006. And when he fought that brother, yeah. The dark skinned brother had beat Sylvester Stallone. Yeah. So, I was like, how they gonna do a Rocky movie in 2005 or 2006? I was shocked about that. Yeah, we went to go see I think in Town, if I'm not mistaken. And then, yeah, so we went to movies and stuff. And I remember, and I didn't know people go to movies and go to Golden Corral and stuff on Christmas. No, I was shocked to see that. When I was in El Paso, Texas, I remember going to the thing, and with the other student and the staff member who's RA that took us, and I'm like, it was packed. It would be crowded. We had to find us a seat. People was eating on Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm like, really? And then, one thing, they had Denny's. We went to Denny's too. We was in a walk to Denny's, so because it was right there by yeah, for real. Denny's. And if you ever go to El Paso, Texas, which is the same I-10 here in Houston, and same I-10 in Louisiana, same I-10 in Los Angeles, it's the same I-10 in El Paso, Texas. So we're on Gateway West, right? That's what I-10 is. Like here in Houston, it's Cater Freeway and East Freeway. So when I was there, on Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever there's a holiday, and the kitchen staff couldn't not work. We'll go eat breakfast, brunch they call it, to usually at Denny's, and right there on Loma Land. Remember I said one of the RAs I ain't like there, that 910 we fighting, and how you talk to the Latino, he talked to the other students, talked to me crazy too, but one of the Latino students there said one of my sons in there. You know what I'm saying? Me and that dude be fighting on Loma Land. Okay, well Loma Land and I-10 right there. Okay. I don't care, he old school and I'm new school, so therefore, okay. Well, Loma Land, I know y'all laughing. Loma Land right there, I-10, okay? Right there by the last time I checked, the Exxon station, then you have Whataburger, and then you have, next to Whataburger is Denny's. And then it's a hotel, La Quinta, one of those hotels. Yeah, so that's how I was going. So we'll go eat there. Like when I missed breakfast, when I was a college student, I would get a pass to sign out, and I would actually go by, eat me a breakfast taco before 11 o'clock or something, or 10 o'clock, whatever it was, and or eat pancakes. And them pancakes are good at Whataburger. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I think Denny's are better pancakes, but Whataburger pancakes are good. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And we'll go there. No, I'm sorry, I haven't been good, but they gave us good food at Job Corps. But if you oversleep or because you had to get up, but usually something and you have to make the bed and everything else. I mean, when you're in college program, you can stay there. You have to leave when it's time for your school. Okay, that's one time. As long as you're in school, you're able to stay at Job Corps in the college program. Okay, for 1 year. So that's why I came back in 2000. Because if they had 2 years, I would stay there. 2007, and got my associates at El Paso Community College, but I didn't get it. I was trying to come back and get a job and then go back to school. So, and that next week, I'm gonna try to go back to school for my 2 years bachelor's, because I'm not working every day. Like I'm supposed to work today, and they had to cancel our meeting at the security company that I work at now to work at event. Company, I'm not gonna say what name it is, and we're supposed to have a meeting today, but unfortunately we didn't have a meeting today. So I'm kind of glad, because last weekend we had some going on, and it was some good and bad. And it's like my second day working there, second, third day, because the first day was actually training on a Wednesday on Madonna's Angela Bassett's birthday, 2 days before my birthday. Actually, the girl that I like, the other one who's Asian and Hispanic, and I remember I had to do a drug test prior to me going to go see her after I left the meeting. And I'm gonna go get some chicken at KFC. I rode an Uber because I ain't finna deal with that hot sun here. And I'm glad it's raining, because it's 9-10 gonna minimize the heat down here in Houston. It been extremely hot. It been extremely hot down here. I'm serious. At times, when you go dress up for an interview, you wish you can change and put some flip flops and shorts on because it's hot down here. What outside? I don't wear socks with flip flops, but still, it's just hot down here. Many times I didn't like wearing pants. No, serious. I could not wear the pants. I go wear pants to interview, and of course, y'all dressed up. As soon as I go take my socks off and wear my loafers, that's it. I wish I could go into the bathroom and change and put some shorts on. Or just wear a muscle shirt or a tank top because it was hot. That's how it was in Houston. So that's why I'm not too, besides the hurricane and the mortality issue, I'm not too scared of this hurricane, the storm season, because it needs some rain. We was hot. No, if anybody in the Houston lady or just stay in Houston, those are Houstonian, fellow Houston, like besides myself, it was extremely hot this summer. And I remember I'm an August baby, so it's hot, and I don't believe in horoscope. When I was reading about about the sign of the Leo, and they were saying that we are the sun. Okay, that's true, and I'm like, no one is high in my town. Okay, but go to El Paso. I enjoy this heat better because it's humid, but in El Paso it's dry heat. That's why folks call it Hell Paso. When we had MySpace 10 years ago, I had friends put Hell Paso. Yeah, it was Hell Paso. Yes, it was. I ain't trying to cuss here, but it was. I mean, dang, the porno industry, they had money down there. No, for real, I'm not lying. Remember I talking about SPM? And I talk about, well, people say, well, how in the world did he go 13-year-old girl? You can't tell. No, okay, that's not true. Remember, I don't know what time y'all from, but I'm the 90s. And back in the 90s, you had girls who were fully developed. They can pass for grown. When they put makeup and sexy clothes on, they can pass for grown women. They teenagers, okay? I don't know what's in the food, but it's making folks look older than who they are, okay? Even because I went to school when I was in Job Corps. One of the dudes about to fight, I had to remind myself this is a minor. You know what I'm saying? This brother, this dark skinned brother from Mississippi, Alabama, where from, he buff. You know what I'm saying? We both Leos too, and he born the same year as my cousin, born 88, and we got into a thug brother too, and he would have fight me. And I said, okay, like I did about the other thug guy who's from LA, the Latino guy. I said, chairs, tables in the courtyard, chairs, tables. Okay, you come fight me. I'm picking at that doggone big old table. I'm knocking the head with it. And this dude was buff, okay? And I'm like, when I found out he was born in 88, I said, wait the hell? What the hell? I'm like, Lord forgive me, cousin. What the heck? This dude look older than me, and I was in my 20s, so it's weird. But going back to what I'm saying about the SPM situation, the girl, that the white woman now, yeah, unless she mixed, because she don't have a Hispanic last name, I ain't tell her name. She had a baby with SPM when she was 13 back in what, 93. So that means she was born 1980 or 1979 like me. Well, on 14 that year, and she was stripping. There's no. And the reason I bring this up because they had this, Paso, Texas. There was a strip club called the Naked Heart. And I don't tell people, besides the Hell Paso, yes, you had drug cartel there. As long as you don't get involved with them, okay, you're not going to get killed, okay? Because you start selling dope, you get locked up, you're going to get killed once you get bailed out. Unlike in H-Town, okay? Okay, El Paso, right there by the border, Frontera, it's in Spanish, okay? That means the border. So, it was a lot of sex in El Paso. And I'm not lying, because as soon as you look at the What's Up magazine, we had the newsletter in our Job Corps, besides the normal clubs and who's coming to perform, like Gloria Estefan and the Power Jam with Ludacris and all that. They talking about all that, and Evie Queen coming to here to El Paso. El Paso, they had advertisements for strip clubs, and I remember it was a girl, like she was a light-skinned sister, yellow bone, or maybe she was Hispanic with some fake braids in her hair, or she was a white woman with fake braids. Okay, I don't know what she was. She would advertise for Naked Harm. Well, before Naked Harm got closed down, Naked Harm got in trouble because, I don't know, it was a white woman who was operating Naked Harm. Was it on Alameda, Zaragoza, something, one of those areas, okay? The Naked Harm got in trouble because they had teenage girls working in strip club, and it was doing the VIP, which was getting, they had credit card receipts of the blowjob. Yes, all that. Okay, that's what got in trouble. See, at the Naked Harm, it wasn't your average Joe there. You had priests, you had ministers, you had police officers, judges, lawyers, doctors going to the strip club. And if you want to go to a VIP room, not only it was a strip tease in the VIP room where you see all the goodies, you also got some thing going on, which is called, aka prostitution. See, she had credit card receipts, and half of them girls that was there was adults, and some of them was minors. So when people talk about SPM situation, they can no. In Texas, you do have folks who will work the strip club, and they were fake. They were fake IDs, and they were teenagers. And now I ain't look grown 20 years ago. I turned grown 20 years ago, but even I thought about getting some we call it steroids. I heard about the steroid, dangerous, and then I wanted to get buff, still having body issue. Actually, I bought one of the pills online not a steroid, it's some pills online that was on Shark Tank, and I know I've been gaining weight. I started getting more buffer a little weight, and I'm still thin, but still I started to see some muscle grow, and I'm not even exercising. So I forgot what it's called. I think I showed it on one of my videos. But anyway, point is, so I said, well, I want to get grown. I work LeBaire. LeBaire is a male, for the women, okay? Not for the dudes, for the women to come see the men, okay? On Richmond. And so I said, if I have to get a fake ID, I go ahead and do it. I don't look wrong, but I go ahead and find me somebody who sells some steroids, and get buff, and I was already taking steroids already because I had an asthma attack in 2000. I had an asthma attack in '96 when I was 17 years old in my 11th grade year. The fall, not to tell my business, the doctor who delivered the octuplets, that was my doctor, my pediatrician. Yes, she was. She was my doctor when I was 13 years old, before I went to the psychiatric hospital, because I had stomach problems back in '92. And she had lost weight, because I didn't know who she was then, because she was big then. And she was my doctor when she cut her hair. She used to have her hair, because last time she had curly hair. She a Jewish woman too. White woman. And she lost all that weight, and I didn't know who she was. And when my grandma took me to the doctor in medical center, because I had an asthma attack in October of '96, she gave me steroids. I said, good, I'm going to get buff. I'm tired of being thin. No, for real. So, but it ran out because it was only for asthma. So I thought myself, well, I don't want to get any, because I hear all these problems will happen to you, but dang, I want to get buff too. You know what I'm saying? So, and I remember even dudes would go to Wild Ass when I was in El Paso, go get some steroids. One dude, yeah, for real. But I know I don't want to get in trouble. Yes, illegal drugs, and then two, I don't want to get sick and dead, die in that manner, okay? I want to give me a suicide time, or let God take my soul, but not in that manner, okay? So, okay, when I'm going through issues, not in that manner, okay? So, because I heard about the side effects of steroids, the illegal steroids. So, the truth of the matter is, in El Paso, he had strip clubs. Beside Naked Harm, he had Foxy's. That's the ratchet one, because I heard they had a strip with bullet holes. Or was it Viacom? Is it Viacom? Is it McCrae? One of them streets on I-10. In El Paso, if we get to South Vista Mall. Also, too, when I was there, I mean, for real, the strip clubs were advertised there. They had the adult store on George Dieter's in I-10, and I heard some freaky stuff going there. Yeah, we go to adult store, go buy some things. Yes. Actually, one of the dudes, no, don't y'all make no lies on me, okay? But I have a friend that happened to be gay. No, and he don't like brothers in that way. I mean, in that way, he wasn't prejudiced, but he's prejudiced with them, so don't go there. He was Hispanic. He told me what he did up in there. Church dude, Protestant, he wasn't Catholic. Go to church every Sunday, but he also would go get yes, and George Dieter. So how I know about this, because in El Paso, I never forget when I went to go see one of the Catholic apologetics at St. Pius Church, who talked about the church teachings in the Bible, and they asked me and my homie, who's straight, okay, who's Latino as well. I call him Cholo. He's living in Los Angeles too, in El Paso. And me and Cholo homie, you know, he was trying to change his life around. We went to the church to learn. We already know about the scriptures, but just to keep more information, because he wanted to learn the scriptures on his Catholic faith as well. And back in 2006, and at St. Pius, one of the ladies said, please sign a petition to close these sex related business down because STDs were growing in El Paso. So if I call it El Paso because besides the heat, the it was ratchetness going on, but the ratchetness was going on in El Paso mostly. Like most of the crimes in El Paso was sexed in gang related. Yes. I ain't hear too much about the gay stuff only in prison, but it was the girls who were teenage girls getting sexed in with the older guys, the veteranos, they call it the OGs. And yeah, okay, and so that's what was going on. That was the highest crime in El Paso. El Paso was one of the safest, like the ninth safest city in the back then. I heard in the, yeah, I mean, no, real El Paso is a safe city. Let me tell you the reason why. That's the United States. Okay, as long as you don't get involved in the drug cartel, cause that's who, you know, like all these. Like for example, I'm from Houston, and I remember folks selling rock, and then they get locked up, and then they come out and they're alive. Okay, if you're gonna sell rock or Kush or any drugs from the cartel, and you get caught, you don't have to snitch. That's your snitching moment right there, because they know who you are and where they got the drugs from, and you get kicked out, they lost their money, you get killed. Yeah, they warned us when 2004. They told us when they told us as they drug test us, as they STD test us, as they did all the proper procedure and how with the rules, regulations, like a probation, a job corps. They talk about the birds, bees, how to protect yourself. Yeah, we had Planned Parenthood, them coming. Yes, they sterilize the girls. Yeah, okay, if they want to get sterilized, yeah, okay. Gave us, well, cause I'm in there to have sex, you know. But when they gave us condoms for the second time, I was trying to, I go ahead and admit it. No, I didn't get none there, but I was trying to get some. No, because the pressure, the peer pressure, being a dude, and my education came first. But when I went going through issues, yeah, okay. So I think through some of the condoms a year that they gave us during the second year, but for real. So um, the truth of the matter is that's what goes on. So they told us that, and they showed a video of this girl. I think the girl who was selling dope for the cartel. She got in trouble, and next thing she was killed. Now they didn't show all the graphic details, but they, movies back then, it was a modern day movie. It was like in 1990 or maybe 2000, but or probably late 80s. But it shows you what happened, not technically, but she ended up dead. And so they told us, if you sell dope for the cartel, you're not 10. You get caught by the police, you get killed. Yeah, so yeah, for real. So that's why it's a safe city. If you stay your butt away from that mess, that ratchet, if you start S, don't be nothing, don't be S. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean when I say S-H-I-T, okay? So I ain't there to try to sell. I'm there to get my education. So when I go back to Houston, I have a job. I think that's what I tell people land about welfare and entitlement. My thing was not to be on no doggone welfare, okay? And no public housing. It was to live in a loft, drive a nice vehicle, but don't tell somebody good thing I don't have a car, because folks' car got flooded in with this flood here. So I'm not laughing on the people who did, because they're my friends. I have compassion, but I'm just saying the people who make fun of those who make fun of me about not having a car. Okay, if your car flooded, it's not my problem. Make sure you got insurance, okay? But they still screaming, yeah, y'all get y'all ratchet tails in the house. Okay, they out here screaming. I heard about ain't fighting that dirty water. That water already trouble, can't wade in the water now. You gonna be rolling in that doggone river out there. Shoot. Yeah, I heard somebody scream. Ah, ah. Okay, y'all better be in that house praying or something. Shoots. But the point is, that's what it was, So it was El Paso because all that, yeah, that's gang warfare. But and then one thing that we was learning, which I already knew, we was telling us during training when because I was a Job Corps employee as well, because it's a part time, that the gangs were no longer was part of the main in the city of El Paso. They're going to like Socorro, which is like the suburbs of El Paso, because they get the police activity there. And I already knew that. That's it. I've been telling everybody that. That's already because they don't want all to, remember the people that work for El Paso Police Department. Um, yeah, there's white people there, but there's most that minority. Okay, and I'm not saying every Latino that's a police officer there, but you have half of them are former gang members. So they're trying to clean up and keep it clean. They know exactly, which is why I think they kind of should change. Like for example, Judge Mathis. We why Judge Mathis so tough. He used to be a thug. Okay, so if I was a sheriff's officer, or a chief, I would 9 hire someone who's performed gang member, because they know the signs, they know the dirt stuff that more than if I don't know about it. They know all the dirty tricks that 19 young kids try to put on them OGs. You know what I'm saying? Those who form a game, you know exactly. And they're like, wait a minute, homie. I've been doing it way before you was in diapers. No, you ain't telling me. What you tell me is you still way behind the ear. You don't know what you're talking about, dude. Sit your little young, so and so down, okay? So what you know about being gangster? You wasn't there. You wasn't even there. You wasn't in my time. So you wasn't. So shut up. That was 9-10. So they know. So they're gonna be in the main part of El Paso. You can't do all that ratchet stuff. So you're gonna try to go to areas where people will not expect it's gonna happen. So that's exactly what they'll do. I mean, come on. So that's exactly. So that's I think they should change the rules. If a person wants to reform themselves and they was a former gang member, they did time, I actually would hire a person to be in my department who used to be one, knows they got no ties, and they show me proof. They show the trustworthy, proof to be trustworthy. They not like that, and he's telling me what the signs and where they at for real, because that lets you know. But in 9-10, I think these former gamers were not convicted ones. They were just in it in one period of time. They left when things got deep. Okay. You know how it goes, okay? People change. Like I said, but the one who was the clan member who became a priest later on, yeah, when things got, that's not no surprise. I mean, come on. For example, my girl Vandy. Vandy almost died. Nancy girl. She ain't one of them Nancy girl. She almost died with that cocaine failure. I mean, heart failure situation. She almost died. Well, she started going to church then and said, praise the Lord. Okay, well, come on. Everybody go there when MC Hammer lost all that money. He went back to a preacher. Y'all, they ain't nothing. So the Catholic priest who be a former clan member, okay, when he about to pay $26,000 to the Butler family in Virginia, he ain't seen, because, okay, that's in every, When people, and I never forget when Carla Faye Tucker got convicted, and I was saying, they shouldn't have convicted. She changed her life around. My homegirl said, everybody become Christian when in jail. Become a Christian when you in prison, you locked up. Yeah, because you in hell. I mean, the hell in the eternal hell, but the hell on earth, okay? And you got Sodom and Gomorrah, all them tough dudes, and I ain't no faggot, I no faggot. Oh, well, you better try to prove you ain't no faggot when them dudes, them dudes they're more tough than you are. They don't care, they mastering, more hyper mastering than you are, and they trying to get you to make you a sex slave out of you. You know what I'm saying? So all that tough, you better try to exactly. So you got to turn to God or something. Shoes. So. Everybody when stuff hits the fan, you got nowhere to go. You gonna turn to the Lord, okay? When you're back against the wall, okay. So you have folks who are former gang members who are part of the police department who repented, like the lifestyle, and so they try to change. So they know what you're doing, okay? So they're gonna be in the main inner city area where people, especially people go to the suburbs. Is more control, people, community, people most together. You might have mess between your other neighbor, but people want to keep their neighbor says all that put to the side. You know how it go. And you watch out, look out for, well, so-and-so child was at the so-and-so house. What? Oh, and you tell your mom and daddy, next thing you get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? Why are you doing that? So-and-so told me you was at the so-and-so, I told you to go there. Okay, okay. In the city, that's why Well, R. Kelly, the girl who's now coming out saying that R. Kelly did all this other stuff, you say, who's their mom or dad? Because Chicago or school system care about nobody. And thank God, well, not Chi-Town, but a lot of inner city schools. Inner city schools, the funding is less. The teachers get paid less. That's why they get these young teachers. Because the old school teachers want the older people want to be paid with retirement pension. You know what I'm saying? Then people who are racist who fund the schools are not gonna fund minority schools. Okay, in the inner city can fund the white schools, the privileged schools. Okay, so if they're black and brown schools, they don't get funded as much. That's why what happened. Lean on me. Okay, when Joe Clark was at the 70s, it was mostly white school. Okay, but when he left, and then the night he come to the 80s, and the white folks left, took their money, and they found it, and they redlined that area, okay? And you can remember the woman who braided my hair up high, so the sister, she's from New Jersey. So she was from the East Side High. Yeah, she told me all that. When they had more Hispanic folks move in, black folks moved in, the drugs came in later on, not because they black and Hispanic, because it's probably in folks, the love of money, root of all evil. The love, not the money, the love of money, root of all evil. Folks turn to drugs, okay, start selling crack epidemic. The CIA put that mess in the hood, the black and brown in the hood, okay, and that's why East Side High became Welcome to the Jungle, okay. So you gotta understand. Now, you in no different gentrification. See, them laws I was trying to move in, that was the white folks area back in the 1990s. Many of the white people money lived out there in Sugar Land, Kingwood, Katy, Cypress, okay, what else? Humble, Texas. They live out scores. Clear Lake, Texas City, where the woman who killed her babies, okay, the NASA, the guy who worked for NASA, his wife, Andrew Yates, okay, all the Friendswood, Clear Lake, they started moving out there, okay. Even the guy that I put voodoo on back in elementary school, they had the same name as me. He died after I graduated high school. No, I went to voodoo then. And when I was told it was fine, if there was devil, I left it alone. When they actually broke into my Asian American teacher, and I'm not mistaken, she was my math teacher, married to a white man. She had an ankle last name, she married to a white man. Her daughter's part Asian. Everybody thought she Mexican. Part Asian, part white, part Japanese. When she told me back in 1991, and she was a Lutheran too, she said it was the devil. She get broken down. It was the devil stuff. I left it alone back in 91. Okay. But the white dude who called me the N word with my name, okay, he died after I graduated high school in 98. Okay, yeah. He one of the white folks that moved out in our area and moved out to their area because my school started becoming dominantly Hispanic. So you gotta understand, when they start diversifying the schools and integrated school, that's when a lot of white people, especially down south, but I'm talking about the KKK and the Protestantism, okay, they took their kids out, went to white Protestant private schools, and they got mixed in with with those anti-Catholicism, and not all white evangelical schools, private school, but that's known for that. There were people bashing the Catholic Church about the prison. Like, excuse me, the Catholic Church have always advocate anti-racism, okay, and that's why white Protestant evangelical Protestant people in the South, family whatever, was Bob. Glad about that. Bob Jones University is a prime example of that. Many Klan people go to Bob Jones University, okay? So, many of the ministers were the white ministers, Baptists, Methodists, and all that were part of the KKK. That's why you could not go to their churches, okay? Why do you think that the Baptist church was very prominent in the black community in the South? Because the Southern Baptist Convention that believed in slavery, white, dominant and owned, and still is, but they believed in slavery and in defending slavery, during slavery, that the Confederate War, men belonged to the Baptist Church, okay? Not all of them, but men Confederate soldiers, men belonged to the Baptist Church, okay? The Southern Baptist Church. Many of them could not go to church. The slaves, mixed and pure, could not go to church with them. So the Baptist minister who are black or mixed would they had to make their own church on the plantation. Then also too, like with Nat Turner, that's why even that's why my dad, who's an atheist, who was a former Baptist, okay, told me it was very true. Even my own grandfather, who's Koji, who's unanswered on that side of the family, told me that the main slave master used the minister, the preacher, to manipulate the slave to keep them from not going out the plantation. Okay, so that's why I keep saying but dancing ministers. Okay, do you understand? Because every time I try to fight racism, which is with Martin King, because he wasn't like them type of Baptist ministers. Okay, he wasn't like them. Okay, he was a liberal, moderate, and he followed. Because remember, folks understand, even his own congregation was just trying to discourage Martin King from fighting for our rights. Okay, and remember, while y'all talking about the Catholic Church, whatever, excuse me, the white Baptist ministers in the South who were racist, like for example, what's his name, Jerry Falwell, Pat Robertson of 700 Club, they were against Martin King. Even my white teacher in Job Corps, who's married to an Asian, who's a minister as well, she's a white Baptist, and me and her argue about religion in the classroom. And not supposed to, because she was trying to preach, and she didn't know that I knew my Bible, and I'm an ex-Baptist. She was trying to say they have black Catholics. She's very uneducated. Yes, we do have. I went to a predominantly. I said you have folks that look like you, okay? Because Creole, okay? You know what I'm saying? And she like, excuse me, we don't all look like do your ancestors mix it, okay? That's why I don't have dark chocolate skin, okay? So point is, besides Native American DNA, point is, so when I told her that, she was shocked. But Wu time I Martin King, she said her own dad, who was a Baptist, because when he's from East Texas, which is that's Clan area. What happened in Jasper, Tech? Okay, all right, that's Clan area in Grand Saline. Remember, that's family there too, because on my daddy's side, my grandma on my dad's side, her great grandfather, which is my third grandfather on Big Mama's side, he was from Alabama. I don't know whether he was free or slave, but that side of family, Big Mama's maternal grandfather, Big Mama is the great grandmother. Okay, that's my grandma's mother. Her maternal grandfather, okay, which is my third grandfather, which is my great grandmother. Okay, he shot a white man's head off. Yes, so they were kicked out of Polk County, and that's why they ended up living in Houston. Okay, so as I know that East Texas is Klan area. Okay, yes it is. Okay, what happened to James Byrd Jr. was no shock to me, because in Jasper and Liberty, those are Klan areas. Okay, yes, those are Klan. Yes, the East Texas area. So when my white teacher told me, because remember, her family disowned her, not only I wouldn't be shocked to do race. Her first husband was Hispanic. Her two kids, one like a white dude, one who's Hispanic. Two sons, one about my age, that one who blonde hair, blue eye, and his wife is also part Hispanic, part white. I met his wife before her sister, her daughter-in-law. Okay, then his younger brother, who's same age as my cousin, 88 child, he looks Hispanic. Okay, okay. So, but she never liked white men. But she told us that she didn't like. I understand how she Republican and Bush loving, and you know what I'm saying. But you admitted that you didn't like white men. Remember when her family moved from East Texas to the New Mexico, Arizona, in the Southwest, she was getting picked on because she was a Baptist white girl, blonde and blue eyes. Her family told her to wear dresses. She couldn't wear pants, and the Hispanic girls who went to school with her were dark hair, dark eyes, and they were Catholic, mostly Catholic at the time. They picked on her. You know what I'm saying? And, because she was a Baptist girl and a white woman, okay, blonde, blue eyes, she had to wear dresses while these other girls had to wear pants. Do you understand? So, so therefore, so she told that. So I understand maybe why she was anti-Catholic, to get back at those who make fun of her. But I was her nightmare, because I was an ex-Baptist who became Catholic, and I knew, and even I wasn't all that holy in my actions, but I knew my Bible. Okay, it was back when I got attacked 10 years, 20 years ago, by a ex-Catholic who was a Latino. Funny part, when I met him back in 2013, this dude is now gay. Weird. Now, why he was staring at me all the time? No, for real, the dude. No, that's how. No, for real, this dude back 20 years ago. He was from Austin. He did not go to school, and his family got involved in some Protestant evangelical Latino church in Denver Harbor. So when he would always dress up, he would not wear regular clothes, and he had his own business, but he was selling CDs, with Columbia House, and he sold cosmetic, stuff. While as a teenager, because I'm older than him, and he about my age, and I never forget, this dude would be staring at me and stared at me. I'm not lying. This Latino guy would stare at me. I'm not lying. I'm like, dude, why are you looking at me? And I did not know this dude was so one time, this dude, there was a dead roach. And I said, don't you throw that thing at me. I'm about to whoop his behind. And we got to debate about what Jesus, okay? And ever since then, that's how I found he was ex-Catholic, he was anti-Catholic, he was also evangelical. And remember, I wasn't going to church all the time when I became Catholic later on. And so he attacked my faith, but this is the faith I love, so I didn't want to lose it. And so that's why I started becoming more religious. 20 years ago, that's when I started getting more spiritual. And I started listening to a lot of evangelical stuff, but I was like, disagree with. Remember, I'm an ex-Protestant. I said, that don't sound right. That don't sound right. And I would ask a question about, and then one time I listened to non-religious music. No, for 20 years ago. Until I found out that was not in the Bible that talk about non-religious music. That was not a sin. No, there's nowhere in the Bible that say that. Okay, there's some sin in there, just like it's a sin in anything. Okay, if I had something, for example, it's the internet. That don't mean the internet is a sin, but if I go look for stuff that's against my faith, of course, and I go against my conscience, that's on me. Okay, so now I almost about to sing religious music. I'm like, one thing I understand, like my grandfather would tell my grandmother who would play the piano, you always playing the piano, but you're not living right how you treat people, okay? So that's what I don't listen to religious music as much, because it reminds me of my grandma being rude and playing piano, you know what I'm saying? It's no different than Marvin Gaye's father, okay? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when I would listen to the Second Baptist Church here in Houston's Ed Young. One of those stations right there by the town station, I think it's 107, 106, something like that. And I remember listening to the Focus of the Family, and they would falsely accuse AT&T for support homosexuality and abortion, for Planned Parenthood and all that other stuff. Now remember, I'm a Catholic. We're already against abortion, okay? And yes, we're against homosexual sex, okay? But I was like, that don't sound right, 'cause I never heard AT&T. They'll make all these claims. They want you to go with James Dobson and everything. And I was like, then they were it's just something about them that I didn't realize. And then the people who are Protestant, their interpretations would contradict each other. One thing they said, this is okay. I'm like, well, which is which? And I would ask a question, where is it in the Bible? Like they would ask us Catholics. But they would not tell me. They was going on, we'll get one verse, and then they'll get their own beliefs in it. Or they'll go around it, not give me a straight answer. And I was like, nah. So when I heard from R.C. Sproul that what they were saying about non-religious music, that there's Christian liberty, and one thing that R.C. Sproul, I don't agree with everything, but I still have that article from his paper, from the news article, that Christian liberty. And this about that he actually debunked Calvinism. One thing that he's a pro defender of John Calvin, but he debunked a lot of John Calvin's beliefs in the Reformation. And I never forget when I started had a dream of Vatican City when I was almost became going back to positive. Then I had a dream of the Reformation, like in an ugly manner, and like the Vatican was seen beautiful in my dream, but the Reformation was seen negative. And this before I knew about the Second Peter chapter 5, chapter 3. You know, and it was funny. That verse was in my Baltimore Catechism. And I didn't bother to pick it up. I was just reading it every time we go to catechism. You know what I'm saying? And I remember it does tell you about that verse. I said, why would I not know? I said, it was right there. And the Baltimore Catechism does have scripture references of the Catholic faith. I'm like, why pay attention to that? Because remember, when I became Catholic very serious, I was the only one in the classroom. I'm sorry, it was serious. Those who were cradle Catholic in that classroom was not. And I remember that Creole teacher, old school lady, light skinned lady, would always have to argue with the students. They were bad. Yes, they were bad. They would not listen to her, and they were kicking folks out of that classroom because these children, they're my age, they're teenager. Remember, it's the 90s. Remember saying, and remember, ratchetness, teenage was bad. Okay, you know, people was being disrespectful, you know, to authority, but because authority was disrespectful to us. Let's get this straight. This cancellation. So we was the generation that ain't gonna take it. Okay, well that was also in the classroom when I was in catechism, and we could not. That's why I didn't go, because every time she had to argue with these people, I'm like, can y'all let these folks go? They don't care about their faith. You know, that's on them. You know, they carry their own load. Okay, I ain't say it then, but that's the truth. And so I would come in serious and learn about the fact, like, yeah, you know, like, but I couldn't because the teenagers didn't take it seriously. And actually, to be honest with you, me and them did leave the church. Me and them also, some of them was not serious on their faith. They ended up going in jail. I know one particular dude who was my neighbor, you know, by my complexion a little bit with curly hair. He was an altar boy that he became a gangster. He had a teardrop on his eye. He was in the penitentiary. He did not take his faith seriously. And he got some sister, you know, who's also non-Catholic, pregnant. You know, so they didn't take their faith seriously. Yeah, so it shows how the sincerity when we go to your faith. Because I mean, even though I don't go to church, I still believe in my faith. You know, I'm supposed to go to church, but you know what I'm saying. So, but I know many people. I mean, one of the dudes that drive the bus, because his brother a little darker than him. They both twins. One's high yellow. Now, he got kinky hair, but with that, but when he shaves all his hair, he like a Mexican. I'm not lying. For real. But when he had that kinky, you could tell he a brother. They both were twins. They both Creole. And I never forget how we had beef before I became Catholic. We had a Christmas party in 91, 92. Was it 92? And I remember they were playing Silent Night. We had a Christmas, yeah, at that Catholic church. We had a Christmas party singing a Merry Christmas by the Temptations. They were playing that song. And I tell her, I said, yeah, and, you know, me hanging out with older people, my grandparents, I said, I'm glad y'all playing old school music. You know what I'm saying? And the older people said, this is, you know, I said, yeah, but and they could tell that I was hanging around with older people, you know, because I'm not my dad's only child. So that's why I have an old soul at a young age, okay? And so when the kids was trying, and one of the dudes, we used to be cool now, but we wasn't cool then. We got into an argument. And, you know what I'm saying? So back and forth, and I say, yo, mama, I'm going to beat you up. I never forget. So he said, I'm going to beat you. I said, you're going to beat me up on church, on God's private, really. And so yeah, he was a little ratchet. He was a ratchet little red brother, too. So when I became Catholic, and we would actually argue in the catechism, because the dude trying to fight, you know, to argue with me. His brother was messy. So I never forget, they became gangsters. Never get that. So we come out of mass because I go off and on. Dude gonna say I said, dude, you gonna shoot me in God's property? Are you that? I did say that. Really? Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and kill me in God's property. You know doggone well what's gonna happen to you. So he didn't do that. So now he cool. So now, you know, he got married in church. He not with his wife anymore, and he all tatted up. And he drive the metro bus. He said, don't you used to go to so-and-so church? I said, yeah, you remember me? What's it called? I said, oh, yeah. I used to argue back today. I don't go to church no more. See, he wasn't serious. Now he a cradle. I'm a convert. Yep, I'm not lying. Dude, Teddy, I thought it was a Mexican because he bright. Remember, he had that kinky hair, but he cut all his hair. So he like, well, I thought it was a Mexican with all them tattoos. No, for real. No, that's the old high yellow Creole, bro. With the, he ain't showing his kinky hair. His brother got more tanner. His twin brother, is darker, like a little bit, like couple shades lighter than me. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I know him. And he working downtown last time I checked. They got legit jobs, okay? Remember they were thugs, okay, back in their teens, okay? They weren't thugs when we first met. They wanted to be thugs in 1992, 91, around after the early 90s, and they were about to get thuggy with me on the property. I'm going to beat you up. You talk about my mama. You was talking about my mama. You know what I'm saying? So I say, you talking about my mama. I say, your mama. You know what I'm saying? On that Christmas, my neighbor took me to the Christmas party. And I was trying to get active in their church before I joined their church. I'm going to beat you. So but my friend's mama, who was also a Cab Kids teacher as well, because she taught his mom taught the young people. You got to call, where he at? Where he at? He talking about. So when they went to the HID school, but also my school district in the East Side. They went to the opposite from in the East Side. Okay, so and I never forget they was in the clique and they said, "Yeah, we gonna shoot you out here." They were playing around. I said, "I wish you would come and shoot me on. We just come out of church. Are you that doggone serious? You gonna shoot me? What? Go ahead, do it. Go ahead, do it. Look at it. And I'm not saying that God, because God does have mercy on the sinners. Luke 6. But I would like the boat coming your dog path. That means both of us going down. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Shows. But no, he said, nah. Me and my wife, we divorced, and I don't go to church no more. See, and you know what I'm saying? They was trying to live. And and the one I didn't let you know that half of the people, they're not them being serious when when that white priest came in, the Italian, that's when all that mess started to happen, because it was wrath between the people in the church. He stopped having the gospel choir, and he wrote that we had the gospel choir, and Galveston when he was at it, I'm not against it. I mean, a lot of folks that heard the gospel, the choir director, when she left. She went off from him. Okay, you know what I'm saying. So, and I remember, I stopped going because I went off on him when I became altar boy. I went off on that man. I didn't care if my grandma was denying this. I went off on him when we behind the altar. Yeah, not at the altar. I about to go off. I was 14 then. And I thought, why you thought going to church? I didn't want to tell about it because there were some people who were cooning, but now I tend to defend this man, and there's other folks who didn't defend him. And I'm like, no, y'all slave minded. I'm like, y'all talking about y'all pro-black and all this dark and light, okay, at the church. Dark skin, like hair, king, care, straight, whatever. So, like, wait, somebody else gonna tell me. But y'all, I'm not, no. I remember I was a kid from the 90s. Oh, no, what, I was off. I'm about to go off. Not cuss. I'm about to go off on that man. We not from the old school generation. Back then we got docile. Okay, so right. So that's what I know. That's when they start to lose the faith. When his ugly attitude, that scandalization. Okay, and remember I came from a Protestant background where that was normal. Okay, so that's why I didn't stop me from leaving it. The faith, just that the location. If I had access to a car or someone to pick me up, which I was told by my grandma. My grandma friend was an ex-Baptist too. She became Catholic as well, and she would go to this black Catholic church as well. Actually, that's one of the priests that was Creole. That was our church. He left Los Angeles and went there. Now he's sick. Okay, I think he's still living. Okay. He's not no longer a pastor at one of the churches in the northeast side. He retired from his priesthood, but he was Creole brother. But then when he was Creole, when he was there, that's when he was mostly active. Okay, people were going to church. You had a guy. I remember. So funny when I was going there on Sunday at 10:30, I never forget. It was crowded. I mean, and you see all colors of dog, light hair. It was crowded, okay? The pews were crowded. And that's what the Creole brother had all the ones like almost like a dark haired white man, but you can tell he a brother. People think he was Hispanic. he had all the African artifacts, you know what I'm saying, on the altar. You know what I'm saying? For real, that's what I'm saying. When y'all talking about white Jesus and stuff, that's why I never also knew that Jesus was not white, because that's I saw dog Jesus as well. You know what I'm saying? And you know, of course they had the white Jesus there, but I knew that was a fake. Okay, so that y'all did the buck show argument right there. Okay, um, and you know, and so he had the African stuff. You know, he had all the African, the black and green and red flag. You know, the garb. And he had all that on there. He had the kente cloth on the altar, and yeah, so we go to mass at 10, at 10:30 or 8:30 on Sundays, and then at 5 o'clock on Saturday. I sometimes go on Saturday, and before I was at Disney World, I was still processing. Before I said instead of going to church it was on Sunday. I said I'm gonna go to church on Saturday, and my grandfather dropped me off, and that's when Sunday mass, Saturday mass on that 5. That's when he was there. The Creole brother was there, so and he left. Actually, one of his cousins, I tried to talk to. This fine girl, she a yellow girl. We used to go to church downtown at the cathedral back in the early 2000s, before the other priest, I can't stand him there. Um, and when I was there, she told me she related to him. I said, and so she was trying to learn about her faith. I was trying to get. Those times I forget to email her, but I gave her a sites to go to Catholic.com, Catholic Answers, and all that. And I kind of liked her. I did. She was fine too. She kind of reminded me of Tamia. You know the singer Tamia? Yeah. She kind of reminded me of her. She did. I ain't seen her in a while. I hope she doing okay. But she used to attend the cathedral downtown when it was in the old building, not the new building now. And yeah. Yeah, I remember them days. It's funny after I started talking about the rain stopped. Yeah, I remember them days. I was an altar boy there back in 1993 and 94. Yeah, I was. Now, it's funny, the visiting priests, whether it was African, East Indian, or the white priest that was there, they would treat me nice. The one of the title I can stand. Okay, for real. So that was nice, and never forget. And then they had some thing going on, and I remember when that Italian priest was there, I can stand that. He was Italian American. Let me make this true. He wasn't from Italy. He's Italian American, and this when they had attitude. So we had some going on. There was Corpus Christi, and I was an altar boy there. Um, and me and his other brother, dark skinned brother, was the altar boy there. The light skinned brother was there too. And they had an old priest there, and it was nice to us. Not that one, but the bishop there. What I'm saying. So we never. I mean, I'm sorry, I never had no sex abuse scandals. Okay, I'm gonna let you know, as an altar boy, no sex abuse scandals. No one touched me. Okay, um, for real. I mean, that was the other churches, other parishes. One thing I would give the Houston diocese, that even they were very strict about that. For real. There were some cases that would happen in other parishes, but they were also very strict about that. They would keep, compared to the other ones. Um, I'll admit that. But no, I mean, you knew that remember, I always knew, coming from spiritual abuse in the Protestant, there always be wolves in sheep clothing. So if it was sheep clothing in Protestant, we was sheep clothing in Catholicism, we was sheep clothing in Judaism, we was sheep clothing in Muslim, and we was sheep clothing in every religion. I mean, of course, the evangelical Protestant that has it's false because the interpretation is bad. But you also got to admit there got good people who are not in. Well, that's why they always argue amongst each other, who don't believe the same interpretation. So I mean, it's not to put all Protestants bad, but in the interpretation, those extreme with it, yeah. So the interpretation is bad. I know that. I know offense to anybody who believes in it, but yeah, I believe it. And I know it is. The scripture, these instructions, St. Peter said. But it's always gonna be wolves in sheep clothing. I mean, no person is the Pope is not even perfect, okay? And let me tell people about infallibility. Does not mean that he's perfect. What infallibility means, go back to what Jesus said in Matthew 16, that the gates of hell will never prevail the church, meaning that teachings will not be changed based on faith and morals. So when the Pope is talking about the faith and morals, that's the talking about infallibility. The Pope goes to confession every week. Okay? So, and yeah, because you got to be holy. I mean, there are those who are bad and those who are good. So we know that there are bad popes and good popes. I mean, what human being is perfect? Even the people who wrote the Bible in God under God's influence, as Peter said in his second letter, were bad people too. Paul was bad. I mean, I mean, Judas, well, the 12 apostles was bad. The apostles, including Peter, stabbed Jesus in the back by denying him 3 times, and when he about to get crucified, they abandoned him. These are the 12 who are chosen by God. Okay, so I mean, what type of scandal do y'all need? I mean, to clarify that. Then in Judas' time, you had the rabbis who were sacrificing to children in the temple, and they also had temple prostitutes. Do they make all Jews bad? No. I mean, I just don't understand how people can make but the funny part is, while everybody assumes that every priest is a sex offender, like they assume every black person is a thug, every Hispanic person is a thug, the cartel, or illegal immigrant, they assume every Muslim is a terrorist. You have Protestant ministers, black, white, Hispanic, who get in trouble with sex scandals with children more than, according to data, than you have in Catholic scandals, okay? And that's not put on the news. But remember, this is a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant nation. Like, for example, every time, why you think that I keep bringing up the scandal that happened in the 80s with the Bush and the Reagan administration, the White House Republican Party? See, before everybody point the finger, I do, if Maxine Waters, she is guilty of signing that bill to let children have sex with adults in California, I have to bash her. I'm sorry. I'm not being cool. That's nasty. But is she not? For anybody blame liberals about that, because I'm a liberal, I would not vote for that if I had any political party in California, would never have my vote. Okay. The sex scandal was going on within the White House with the Bush administration, besides the crack epidemic in Boys Town. The only one that mainly got in trouble was that big old light skinned brother named Larry, aka Lawrence King. Not Larry King, the Jewish guy, or a light-skinned brother who was singing for Reagan, for national anthem for Reagan when he won his presidency. Okay, that's the one who's involved because he was sleeping with them boys, and also they had girls involved in the sex scandal. Remember, one of the children that was America was born back in the 80s. There was America was born. They're looking for the predator. They say he's still alive because he was part of he was one of the boys that got killed, that got kidnapped, by those in the child abuse pedophile ring. Okay, and they say these politicians as part of Bush and Reagan administration, they will have to get these boys from Boys Town, in Nebraska, bring them to the Washington D.C. in a hotel, have these parties where they have sex for real. So before anybody attacks Illuminati in Hollywood or the Pizzagate, which I do disagree with the Pizzagate, that's a nasty thing. That I do bash Pizzagate, and I do believe that the Pizzagate scandal is true. Okay, before you bash that, the Republican Party is no different. Talk about that scandal, and it's funny that people will talk about the Catholic Church scandal. Remember, before the scandal broke out in Boston in 2002, the National Catholic Register, they had been talked about that back in 1999. They came out with that about the sex scandal and warning people within the church about that. It was Bush who made it in the those when Bush became president right after 9/11 when the Muslims were getting blamed for September 11th. The next year, here come these Boston sex scandals in diocese with Cardinal Law and all them. And guess what? They started bashing the Catholic Church. And I said, well, no, they're wrong. I felt like a Jew in Nazi Germany when all that was going on. It's funny when I started being faithful with my faith going to church. I stopped going because of the scandal. I stopped going because of the attacks against me with my own family, and I even got mad at the priest when no one would not help me out. Even those of color, African American, would not help me out. They act like they live in a different world. Well, yeah, if you're living as a Catholic, you got people believe the same thing, but you're not dealing with non-believers 24/7. Okay, and I felt like a Jew in Nazi Germany. No, for real, I do. I mean, I can't sympathize because I wasn't there in Nazi Germany, but don't forget, Catholics were killed in Nazi Germany too. So, when I mentioned I was Catholic, people started to bash the church and started trying to preach. And I'm like, you're talking to the next Protestant who hate your faith. I don't understand. I hate you, but I hate what you believe in because the first church had no privacy. I have to hate this stuff that's false that deny me rights. Okay, come on. Okay, so point is, I felt like a Jew in Nazi Germany, and I remember I said, well, you know what? As y'all bashing got mad at Channel 13 here in Houston, which is besides bashing brothers and Latino people, to a point go people for on Facebook, we didn't have Facebook then, and make racist stuff about black men, Hispanic, whatever. They were bashing Catholics already. Every time sex scandal coming from another diocese, do not know about before Colin Falter making racial issues in terms of making racial about black women or anybody of African American descent. Okay, how I know the media is very distorted. Before it became my color or my heritage, it was my faith. Okay, because they would get news articles from other about the Catholic Church being sexual scandal and put it on and blast it all over. But they would not talk about the Protestant sexual scandal. The Southern Baptist Church has a lot of sexual scandals going on. Go to stopbaptistpredators.org and they will reveal the ministers in the Southern Baptist Convention who have sexually abused children and went to church. And remember, unlike us Catholics, remember the Catholic Church in the Vatican owns these dioceses. Okay, Southern Baptist Convention, they're they registered. They have to be registered with they're independent. Okay, so they can't keep track of the ministers who would go from one church to another, and yeah. And I remember back in 2007, I'm glad that the ABC Primetime revealed the Protestant sex scandal. I've been telling people about that for years. And there are people that also have been sexually abused. And they were showing a white woman who was a Baptist. She was playing her piano just like my grandmother. Okay, and this white woman mentioned that the minister of her church back in the day had sexually abused her. Prior to year 2009 and 2008, they talk about the independent Baptist church, fundamental Baptist churches, and they were saying one of the girls was mixed. I think she was adopted, and she was sexually abused, and this white woman also adopted. She was her own parents, and the minister was sexually abusing them. The independent Baptist fundamental. Remember, that's what the West Bay Baptist churches is. Before they start talking about the Catholic Church and bashing the Catholic Church about pedophiles and priests, excuse me, fix your doggone Baptist churches, independent Baptist in the Midwest that has sexual scandals going on as well. Okay, one of the girls, she had to wear long dresses. You know what I'm saying? And she was, when I saw that 2020, it hurt me. And I said, before anybody bash the Catholic Church, clean your own backyard first and stop telling me to reveal those church cases because they fail to reveal that. Remember, America is a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant nation. Okay, that's why people was against Catholics, okay, and Jews. Okay, so because a religion contradict their faith, then two, when a lot of, like, for example, Mother Angelica, who's owner of the EWTN network, folks don't know when she came to the South, when she brought the Catholic, her station to the South, she had a mission to work with the black community in Alabama and yes. A lot of folks do not know that. Okay. Also, too, Saint Elizabeth Ann Seton. She was a convert like me, She became a nun. She was a Episcopalian, and she ministered to the black and Indian children, the American children. You ever heard of black and Indian missions? That I, when I hear about that, I do put my dollar bill. Okay, yes, okay. That who started that. Okay, a lot of people do not know the history. You know, and remember, um, it was the Catholic Church that was trying to integrate the the churches. You know, the reason why the Catholic Church later on had segregation in America because it was enforced by white Anglo Protestant country called America. If you watch that movie, it was a Mother Doolittle. Mother Doolittle was a black, French, Spanish, Creole, German woman. Okay, there was some Italian. Vanessa Williams played her on Lifetime. Very good movie, but Vanessa Williams, you know, she has green blue eyes, whatever, and lighter skin. Their Lulu was lighter than her. Okay, and she was against slavery. Okay, she was trying to advocate. And one thing that I loved that when Vanessa Williams was playing Mother Doolittle in that movie, um, the dark skinned brother who was a slave. There's no love for no black man, and like just like the fit love mentality. And one thing I loved about the she tried to tell them, have faith. Okay, and one thing that's as a Catholic, I realized that because I have my own doubts too when it comes to my faith. Not my faith as being as a Catholic, but as faith true sometimes. But if it wasn't me pushing, have that faith with works, because faith that works is dead. As say James said in the second chapter of his in the Bible, that Luther was against. Okay, yeah, it wouldn't be having faith with our works. I would not be where I am. Y'all may be poor, but we got folks who don't got nothing right now. Okay, and so you gotta understand that. And I have a dad who's an atheist and I see where his life at. I'm not trying to brag, but I'm living way better than he does. Hope that gets into his head. Okay, um, if you don't have faith, faith without works is dead. So you understand, you got folks, yeah. So, and that's why, you know, even when I go to work, I work harder. That's why I say you can't say I'm a lazy worker. I'm working hard. Even when I was on in Vega, the drug for schizophrenia order, and I would take so much time and not finish my duties, I would go over my, well, when the old heifer, sorry, say like that, the dark skinned sister that was working at the gas station, and her lighter skinned co-worker was said I was lazy. I said if I was lazy, I've been clocked out, you know. But if I go over my time, because that out in Vega made me slow. I'm glad I got off that drug. Um, I never forget that. Um, Maybe go slow. I would go over my hours. If I was not all that lazy, I would not go over my hours trying to finish. You know, and I'm glad that I told my daughter to get me off the Invega because that would make me go slow. I was slow, yeah, for real. And that's why, besides being distracted, that's why I didn't finish the cosmetology because I was on that stupid Invega. Yes, y'all, I'm glad that I call it the voodoo drug. So, but now I move faster, you know, when I do something and I get my duties done, you know, in a timely manner or whatever. But if I was so lazy, I would not be continuing trying to get it done after my hours supposed to be connected out. That'll make sense. Point is, I work today. I try to work hard as much as I can. Okay, so that's true. I'm not lying. It stopped raining. Let me go see if the flood is done. You know, thunderstorms right now. Rain on me, Lord, won't you take this pain from me? Shucks. Yeah, it said rain on me. She said take this pain from me. Yeah. Yeah, so. Ooh, it's flooded up in here. Alright, I gotta go, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. I'm gonna chill for a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna chill for a bit. Shoes. I might make me some rice. Yeah, and yes, I do eat rice by itself, baby. I'm Creole. Yeah, I eat rice by myself. Don't forget that I eat rice. And I know my grandma who not recognize that the Creole side of the family. I said, yeah, you you eat rice by yourself. You're like a Frenchman. Yep, it's in my DNA. You're the husband DNA. Shoes. Ain't say that at the time, but that's on my mama. Okay. Might eat some rice, cause I ain't, when we might go nowhere. I was gonna get some food, and I bought me some. I ate some pinto beans. They had a po. They show a very Muslim at that doggone store. We at the corner store. The Muslim guy that worked there, he's from Jordan. He left, so he gave it to his friend relative. And I know they ain't no poking bean, baby. Though they were selling some pizza pockets, but they had got rid of the refrigerator, and they changed it around. And so when I went to the store, I couldn't find all pork and beans. So I had to eat some pinto beans. And I was gonna go to the store down there with some Ethiopians that own the store. And I like, nah, it about to rain. And I was gonna go to Randall's. Yeah. Yeah, we have foreigners up in here. We have Ethiopians and Arabian people, Asian people that own stores. But before everybody. Now, I want people to understand this. Yeah, you're right that people come in liquor money, call us liquor money. But before anybody call liquor money, can you tell the thugs in the street who got good entrepreneurial skills, who can sell and hustle rock, can they use that same rock skills, okay? Selling rock, sell food, have open up a drugstore. No, not no drugstore. I'm talking about drugstore like CVS, have their own franchise, have their own food store. If they can hustle, they can hustle on as their own boss, okay? In legit ways, okay? Before anybody make them arguments. I'm sorry, I ain't trying to be a coon. It's true. Before anybody try to blame the immigrants, you know, and don't get me wrong, there are people who come to the Asian stores, even the Africans who are immigrants who don't like us. But if you don't want them there, they want the people who's out there selling rock, selling kush, selling they can change that. Instead of doing that, do the what's called it? Oh, they said not Holyfield, not Holyfield. I mean Mayweather. Hold on, let me see what's going on here. I'll talk to y'all later. Hold on, wait.